What is up, sister friend? Welcome to another episode of Heart to Heart with Coach Emily. And I'm super pumped for another amazing episode with you guys. If you didn't listen last week, I met with my amazing coach and friend and mentor, Sarah Jones, talking all about money mindset, living your best life, being a female entrepreneur, and just her beautiful story as a entrepreneur. And it was so great to talk to Sarah because she she's older than me. She's been doing this longer than me. So it's really cool to hear her wisdom, to hear her process, hear her journey. And it just gives me a lot of hope of what my journey is going to look like when I am her age. And I hope you guys felt that same inspiration watching that or listening to that episode, depending where you listen. So just a reminder, this is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. So you can check this out anywhere where you listen to podcasts or consume content. So today is September 6th when I am recording this episode. This will come out next week. But just like some update things that I'm super excited about. So tomorrow is my 31st birthday. I can't believe I'm going to be 31. 30 has been one of the best years of my life. I've loved being 30. I've learned so much. I've grown so much. I've come to a point where I love myself more than I ever loved myself in my 20s. And most people say this in their 30s, that they're like, 30s is the best. 30s is the best, way better than being 20 years old. So it's very surreal to think back of when I turned 21 and now I'm turning 31. I'm a completely different human being in literally all aspects of my life. From physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, just like a completely different human being. And my 21st birthday was actually kind of a hot mess, surprisingly. And so I'm excited. Like 31 is going to be amazing. I'm going to go get a tattoo tomorrow. Me and Austin are going to Breckenridge this weekend. Austin has a little surprise for me. And then next week, when this episode comes out, I'm going to be at my bachelorette because we are 58 days till my wedding. 58. So crazy the day as of today of this recording. So, which is nuts. So lots of life is happening right now, lots of transitions, and I've just been honoring myself and allowing myself to move through this season of life without pushing myself to have a certain amount of sales or a certain amount of clients, because life is happening and I want to experience all of the life stuff that I'm going through right now. And business is kind of like on the back burner a little bit. And that's okay. There's going to be different seasons in life that look like that. And this is my first time ever like doing this and being totally okay. I am still a brand new baby business owner. So, I'm sure there's some gurus out there that would tell me this isn't very smart, but energetically, I just am not going to put myself in that position and have mental breakdowns when I'm getting ready for my wedding. All that's going to lead is to chaos and not being present for my wedding day. And so I'm not going to do it. So business is kind of like not on the back burner, but just kind of like I'm not putting as much grind into it, and that's all right. I am offering, and I'll be posting about this next week. I am offering one-on-one mini sessions. And these are to help women just like yourself listening to this podcast with time, scheduling, time management, energetic management, really doing an audit of your schedule, doing an audit of your lifestyle, and helping you come up with new fitness routines, morning routines, and things like that to help you move forward. So if you are interested in that, please let me know. I'll drop the link, will be in the show notes, as well as if you're watching this on YouTube, will be in the comments. Ooh, but that's going to be I'm really excited for those. I'm going to do 3. You can do either 3 mini sessions or 5 mini sessions, depending on how many you feel like you need. And we're going to dive really, really deep, get really, really close. I'm going to know all the things about you. I'm going to understand what's going on with you energetically, so I can make a better, help you make a better schedule for yourself, so you can optimize your time and stop the overwhelm, the burnout, the feeling of like, why can't I get anything done? And get more time back into your week so that you can be more productive and make more money and be happier. Who doesn't want that? So today's episode, I wanted to talk about friendships. Friendships. Okay, so we're going to dive deep. I'm going to try to still keep this concise as always, but I want to talk about friendships today because, one, as an entrepreneur, having friends is very challenging. But then just like as a human being, having friends is very challenging. And then like being older, an adult, making friends is also really challenging. So I wanted to talk about friendships today, especially from being, from that entrepreneur aspect. And Friendship has always been something that I have felt, just being truth first, very weak in a weak area in my life. And growing up, I really struggled with friendships. I think I talked about this in another episode, but I just really didn't believe people liked me. On site, I believe people didn't like me. Like they saw me and they were like, ew, disgusting. That's a piece of crap person. Like didn't like me. And that's because I just really had low self-worth and low self-esteem. But friendships were always a challenge for me. You know, growing up, having divorced parents, I was, throughout the week, we went back and forth between mom and dad's house. My mom worked late. I couldn't go over friends' houses after school. I couldn't really participate in after school activities. My mom was a hairstylist and she would sometimes work till 8 o'clock at night. And so like, I had no one to take me to anything and I couldn't go to things. And then we would every other week and go to my dad's and then go to my dad's at least once during the week. And then we would also go to my cousin's house all the time. And so my cousin, my dad is a triplet, but the twin out of the triplet. So him and his brother are identical twins. And then the girl is a fraternal. So they're triplets. His daughters, my uncle Kevin's daughters, Tiffany, Mariah, and Brooke, they were my friends, right? They're my cousins. I mean, they're like my sisters, honestly, because we spent so much time together. So like they were like my main friends growing up because we spent so much time with them. We would go see them. We would spend summers at their house, weeks on end. And so making friends was really, really hard just because like environmentally, like I wasn't set up to have like people over my house. And like, I also didn't want people to come to my house, but people over my house or like for me to go do a ton of sleepovers, like because my mom was like, I can't be picking you up, like it's just not going to work out. So it was really, really challenging. So I didn't feel like I had a lot of friends. So like me and my sister were really, really close because we spent literally so much time together. And then as I got older, I was really trying to make more friends in high school, and that was a challenge in the sense of like I had my two main friends, Loria and Laurel. We grew up together since 5th grade, but you go to high school and you're like trying to make other friends and trying to meet new people. And so I was like on a mission when I went to high school. I was like, I'm going to make some freaking new friends if it kills me. Now, knowing my human design as a projector, this is literally the worst strategy I could have ever used to try to make new friends, but I was desperate. So as a projector, I'm supposed to wait for the invitation. So what that means is like you need to wait for people to kind of like come to you. When you put yourself out there as a projector, it usually causes you to get hurt. I did that all the time. So no wonder why I was crying so much. So I will never forget, first day of 9th grade, all of my classes, I introduced myself to literally everyone. I'm like, but the thing was, my introduction was god awful. Like my introduction was like, hi, I'm Emily. That was it. No questions afterwards. Just literally like in my mind, I guess I thought if I what is the word? Introduce myself to enough people, one of them will want to be my friend. This just set myself up for disappointment, which I'm sure you figure that out. But literally would go up to people, hi, I'm Emily. Hi, I'm Emily. And people obviously were like, oh, hi. So it didn't really work out in my favor. And then I was also like, you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to try out for every sport. Okay. So we can make a whole episode about courage on this because I don't know where I got all this courage from. But I was like, I'm in high school. This is my opportunity to actually play a sport. My parents didn't put me in sports growing up. They didn't have the funds to do that, as well as like the time, because they both had to work a lot. And so I was like, this is my chance. I'm going to be able to be I'm going to cry. I'm going to be able to be a part of a team. I'm going to be able to meet some girls. I'm going to make friends. It's going to be freaking amazing. I'm sure you were like, so I'm from Maryland, okay, East Coast, Northeast. Sports are a big deal. Big deal. These girls have been playing these sports since they were like 5 years old. So I'm trying out, and I'm sure they were like, what the hell is she doing here? Is she okay? I tried out for basketball, tennis, volleyball, cross country, track. I didn't try out for soccer because I knew better, and lacrosse and field hockey, because those girls play no games. They played no games. I was not going to do that to myself. But I tried, basketball. Did I say that? I tried out for basketball, y'all, 3 years in a row. I was determined to be a basketball player. I am 5'1". Okay. I didn't even own tennis shoes, like real workout shoes. I had these like little Adidas things. And the only like gym clothes I had was like Sophie shorts and a big t-shirt. I didn't even own a sports bra. Not that I had boobs to need a sports bra, but anyways, so it was a hot mess. So I was like hell bent. And then I really struggled growing up with friends because it was hard. It was just really, really hard. I struggle. I'm in my head a lot, and so I would always be overthinking everything and having a hard time opening up. And then if I did open up, it was like not the right time. And then you get your feelings hurt because you're trying to be, it was a hot mess. And so growing now as an entrepreneur, now as, about to be a 31-year-old woman, I've come a long way. And friendships are really, really hard. And I think what's important and something that I want you all to, just take note of and pay attention to, friendship is crucial for your survival as a human being, for your happiness, longevity. We all know this. Connection is everything. But we also have to remember that our friends are, influential in our lives and have to be people that understand what's going on in your life. So as an entrepreneur, I highly recommend other entrepreneur friends, other friends who understand what your life looks like and understand that your life is a little different and they have really different schedules as well. So, and the reason I bring this up and talk about this is because, in my area, I don't know many entrepreneurs in my area. There's definitely some hot spots out there where there's like a lot of entrepreneurs, and that's really, really a blessing. But most of my friends are all over the country that are entrepreneurs, and we are just like virtual friends. And then I obviously have my solid besties from home back in Maryland. So they're all far away. And so when we're making new friends and they're not exactly in the same pace of life, or what's the word I'm looking for? Like, we have similarities, but like we're different is what I'm trying to say. And so knowing that you have a different lifestyle and maybe you have friends who are not entrepreneurs is really working on communicating that and expressing that and using your really great skills as an entrepreneur to help your friendships grow and flourish. And it can be really, really lonely as an entrepreneur because you can work all day, stay in your room, stay at your desk and never talk to anyone, and then just like go to coffee shops. And it can feel really, really lonely. Friendships, especially other entrepreneurial women in your space, can help you grow and literally up level in your life. There is an amazing podcast by Ed Milet about environment and your friends. And it's really true. Like, you are who you hang out with. And if you're hanging around people who are not, trying to grow, evolve, become the best person that they can be, make an impact on this world, it is going to affect you. So I really want you all to really focus on that as you're trying to make friendships, but also remember that like, it's the small things like a text, a phone call, a coffee date that will help you continue to facilitate those conversations and facilitate that connection. Some of my besties, Emma and Chandler, we only seen each other once this whole year. Thankfully, they're coming to my wedding. Praise God. Can't wait to see you guys. We text all the time because you need to continue facilitating those relationships. You have to put forth the effort to have them. But the thing is, when you have other entrepreneur friends, they understand there's going to be seasons of your life where your business is your main priority and that you have to double down on that. And they can resonate with that and they can understand that. And they're not going to make you feel bad for doing that. Whereas sometimes friends who are not in the entrepreneurial space don't fully understand that. And I also would encourage you to like work on managing expectations of friends who are not entrepreneurs. And, I think as business owners, we have this, like, we know what good communication looks like following up, asking questions. And some people don't have that. And I've been, hurt a few times by people who are not entrepreneurs that I'm trying to be friends with, who do not communicate well and don't always do what they say they're going to do. And it's not anything like reflecting their character. It's just like a different perspective on like commitment and things of that nature. As a business owner, you have a very high sense of commitment because like you committing to a business is like next level commitment, right? So like you kind of pour that into other areas of your life. And so I guess the point I'm trying to make here is like, give new friends grace as you are navigating that friendship, and understanding that it's going to take time and it's going to take a lot of work, and it may look different than your entrepreneur friends, and that's okay. You have friends for different pockets of your life. I think a lot of us probably know this, right? Like you have, like, I have my church friends, I have my home friends, I have my fitness friends, I have my, local friends, right? And each one of them provides something different to my life, and I'm able to be a good friend in that pocket for them. And then you have your friends that are like your all around friends, live or die, right? Besties. And so changing that perspective is really beneficial and was really impactful for me, because as I was like growing up and trying to work on friendships, it was really challenging for me because I thought that I was supposed to have like this. It's weird how we put expectations on literally everything in our lives. This core group of friends that I would have until eternity, and those would be my only friends, and like that would be it. And it's such black and white thinking on friendship when I could have a ton of friends in a ton of different areas of my life, and excuse me, get value out of each and every single one of those things. And so as you're navigating friendships as a business owner, just know that it's going to take a lot of work, just like any other relationship in your life, but also that communication skill that you have and the understanding of how business works and operates and how weird schedules can be as an entrepreneur is so beneficial. Like my entrepreneur friends, it feels much lighter because I can say like, I don't have to say like, I'm sorry, I haven't texted you back, I've literally been slammed. They've probably been slammed too, and they totally get it. And you just pick up where you left off. And so as you navigate friendships, just remember to stay true to who you are and speak your truth, and let people know like expectations, and that way you can feel like you're being able to be the best friend that you can be based on what season of life you're walking through. So sorry, my nose is so itchy. So I think, it's a component of this whole building up your life and building up the lifestyle you want to live. One thing I always have wanted is really close, amazing girlfriends. Like I just really want that. And it's been a hard road to get that. And I can't even believe the friends that I have right now. Like it's such a blessing, and I'm so grateful for it. And it's taken time, and it's taken me being vulnerable and open and honest. And through my own personal development, I've been able to cultivate these friendships. But Emma at like 25 would not have been able to cultivate these friendships. She probably would have been really insecure. She probably would have talked herself out of it, secluded herself, made herself feel small. So, with your own personal development, you're going to attract the right people into your life, and always just be open to what God is presenting you in your life, the opportunities of people around you, and just starting those conversations can be unfreaking real. So I hope this was helpful for you today. I hope you go out there, tell your friends you love them, connect, and share a little bit of piece of your story with them so that you can have deeper relationships. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Make sure you share it with your fellow sister friends, and I will talk to you guys soon.